throw on first down with Wilson. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
12. Gotta go. 12.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
4 down. Don't take too long.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Fair. 19. Run left.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
14. Gotta go.
Throwing again, Wilson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Tempo. Gun. Hey, over here. 53.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Cohen on the toss. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11th.
12. Gotta go.
They run. This is Cohen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Dancing away at the 30. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot. Over.
On second down, McCaffrey. Oh, now he bowls him over, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. Jackson now on second and 10. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Let's go 14. Zebra. Let's go 14. Gotta go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Spread left.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Going deep here for Bryant. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Tempo.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Shotgun. 18. 14.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Gun! Detroit!
On 2nd down, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And they'll go on the ground. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Off the toss, Cohen. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals have recovered it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll make this a second and long. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Here's Jackson on third and long. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And all the way down to the 35. A big third down play there for the Bengals. 43 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Two minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
Watching now, Barney.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Rosas good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
14.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson eluding the pressure right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
After the interception, here's Jackson dancing to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Now Jackson on second down, escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Rosas puts this one through. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19!
On second down, here's Jackson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Gone! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go now! Blue 90! Blue 90! Over, 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 over!
They go play action with Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Jackson now, throwing on 3rd and long. He can run for it, and he will. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And an alley to run. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
14. Watch 10, watch 10. Come on, watch 10. 14, run it. Hey. Well.
On second down, Wilson buying time to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Shotgun. Front left. Hey.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals getting set to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Watch him now, Barney.
From the gun, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense, pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here again is McKinnon. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th.
Gun! Set! 3-19.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Forced out to his left. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They'll try and sneak it, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Rosas now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Rip left. Jump right.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. Staying on his feet. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for... And they finally get to him as he's taken down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
No, check. Patriot. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Set. 3-19.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Right. 380. Hey. There. Front left. Tempo. Gun. 14. Got it. Gun. 53. Tempo.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down, couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Check 51. Hey. 18. There.
Wilson to throw on 3rd down. Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Zebra. Got it. Gotta go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Able to get away. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still
No
yardage. Okay.
To throw again is Wilson. Flush to his right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now McKinnon. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Joe Hayden there to bring him down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, They gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. The ball comes out, and this will go out of bounds, so no recovery, and that is how this one will come to an end. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bengals, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.